Hello, friends. Before we get into part 2 of the story, please subscribe and share the video with your friends. Now let's dive in. Haley said, "Pregnant. With your children." The words landed like a punch. "I didn't want anything from you," she said softly but firmly. "But I thought you deserved to know." She made sure you never did. Ty's hands dropped to the table. He looked away, as if trying to process a lifetime in a moment. "I didn't know. I swear to you, Haley. I didn't know," he whispered, almost to himself. Haley nodded once, not angry, just tired. "I believe you. But that doesn't change what happened." There was silence for a moment. Ty asked, his voice urgent, "Where are they now?" "My kids?" "Safe. Loved. Raised with everything I never had, and everything they never got from you." Ty flinched. "Let me meet them," he said pleadingly. "Please." Haley stared at him long and hard. The part of her that loved him, the part that still remembered that kiss. That night, the man she thought he was, trembled. "We'll talk about that," she said gently, "but this time, we do it on my terms." And with that, she ended the call. 7 years ago, a lie stole everything from them. Now, the truth was out. But some wounds take time to heal, and some love stories don't begin with romance. They begin with redemption. Ty Henderson had closed deals in Tokyo, led billion-dollar mergers in Berlin, and stood in boardrooms with sharks. But nothing had prepared him for this. Meeting his sons. 2 boys he never knew existed, born from a night he thought had vanished into memory. He pulled up to a small, modest house, far from the marble floors and chandeliers he was raised with. But it was warm, safe, a real home. And there she was, Haley. She stood on the porch like a gatekeeper to the most important moment of his life. Haley opened the front door, her voice even but her eyes guarded. "They're inside. Don't overwhelm them." Ty nodded, breath shallow. He stepped into the house, heart in his throat. 2 6-year-old boys with curly blonde hair, big brown eyes were in the living room. One looked up from a coloring book and tilted his head. Landon asked, "Mommy, who's that?" Haley knelt beside them and said softly, "Boys, this is Ty. He's someone very special." Ty crouched down, his voice trembling. "Hey, I'm your dad." Silence. Then Lucas stood, walked right up to him and asked, "If you're our daddy, how come you never came before?" Ty's throat tightened. Tears filled his eyes. His voice breaking, "I didn't know you were out there. But now that I do, I'll never leave again." The boys looked at each other. Then slowly, one reached out and hugged him. The other followed. Ty held them both, shaking. It was the first time in his life that he felt like he mattered. Later that night, when the twins were asleep, Haley and Ty sat on the porch, the moon casting silver light across her face. "Your boys are incredible, just like their mother," Ty said quietly. Haley looks away. "Don't say things you don't mean, Ty." "I mean every word," Ty said softly. "I've spent years building an empire, but none of it compares to what you built here." She turned to him, finally letting herself look into his eyes. "You think one visit changes everything?" "No," he said, "but I'm not here for one visit. I'm here for a second chance. With them, and with you. Haley swallowed hard. The wall around her heart shook. Ty continued gently, I still remember that night, Haley. The way we looked at each other. The way you felt in my arms. I thought it was a dream. I didn't realize. It was the beginning of everything. Haley whispered, I've changed, Ty. Ty replied, So have I. But one thing hasn't. I never stopped thinking about you. He reached for her hand. She didn't pull away. And when he kissed her this time, it wasn't heat or desperation. It was love. Sometimes life steals time. But love remembers. And sometimes, even after the pain, the betrayal, the silence, love comes home. 7 years ago, they sent her away in shame. Now, she returns not as a servant, but as the mother of their heirs. And this time, she wasn't alone. Mr. and Mrs. Henderson stood at the top of the grand staircase. Mr. Henderson is composed but curious. Mrs. Henderson's lips are tight. The boys, now revealed as Landon and Lucas, both 6 years old, look around the mansion with wide eyes. Boys, this is your grandfather. And your grandmother, Ty said gently. Mr. Henderson steps forward, blinking at the children, stunned. My God! They have your eyes, he said softly. Landon clutches Haley's dress, shy. Lucas stares boldly at the man in the suit. Are you rich? He asked. A chuckle breaks the tension. Even Mrs. Henderson smiles. Mrs. Henderson, with tears in her eyes, I didn't know. Her voice shakes as she steps forward. She reaches out, but hesitates. Haley, what I did to you, it was cruel. I let pride, fear, and reputation get in the way of what was right. And I cost my son 6 years with his children. Haley replied quietly, You told me to go find my real baby daddy. Mrs. Henderson chokes on a sob. Ty places a protective hand on Haley's back. I was wrong, and I am so sorry. She kneels down, now eye level with the boys. May I get to know you? She asked hesitantly. Lucas shrugs. Depends. Do you have cookies? Landon grins and chimes in, Chocolate chip? Mrs. Henderson laughs through her tears and opens her arms. The boys move in slowly, and she pulls them into a trembling hug. Mr. Henderson said warmly, You're welcome here, all of you. Later that evening, the family gathers in the Henderson garden. The twins play tag across the lawn. Ty watches them, pride swelling in his chest. Haley stands beside him, radiant in the golden light. I don't deserve how strong you are, Haley, Ty said softly. Haley smiles faintly. Maybe not. But you're showing up now. That counts for something. He turns to her, heart in his eyes. Let me do this right. Let me raise them with you. Let me love you the way I should have. From the start. Haley meets his gaze. Her heart pounds, but not with fear. This time it's hope. She leans in, brushing her lips against his. And this time, no one stops them. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it clears the path for a new future. And sometimes, the same door they slammed in your face becomes the one you walk through hand in hand with the ones who never gave up on you. 7 years ago, she was a maid, with nothing but broken dreams and a secret growing inside her. He was the heir to an empire, blind to the truth buried in his past. Today, they stand at the altar, surrounded by love, redemption, and the two lives they created. The private island estate of the Henderson family was transformed into a wedding paradise. Lush white roses cascade from golden arches. A string quartet plays beneath twinkling chandeliers suspended from palm trees. Guests from around the world, business elites, celebrities, family, are seated in white and gold chairs. The sun begins to dip low, bathing everything in a golden glow. A flower-strewn aisle. Lucas and Landon, now dressed in matching white tuxedos with black velvet bow ties, stand at the top of the aisle. Each carries a small velvet box, their roles clear: best men and ring bearers. Lucas whispered, "Mom's gonna cry." Landon grinned, "So is Dad." The music swells and the crowd rises. And then Haley appears. She walks down the aisle in a breathtaking gown of embroidered ivory silk, custom designed with a flowing cape that glitters like stardust. Her curls are pinned beneath a diamond-encrusted veil gifted by Mr. Henderson, now proudly seated beside his wife, who, for once, is wiping tears instead of judging. Ty's eyes lock on hers. He's never seen anything more beautiful. His breath catches. She is no longer the maid in the shadows. She is a queen in the light. They said she wasn't good enough. They threw her out and tried to erase her. But love remembers what pride forgets. And fate doesn't answer to wealth or status. It bows to truth. At the altar, Ty takes her hands. He speaks softly, his voice full of emotion. "I lost you once. I'll never do it again. I promise to love you, protect you, and honor the fight you walked through to stand here today." Tears slip down Haley's cheeks. Her voice shakes, but her grip is strong. "You gave me heartbreak, yes. But you also gave me the two greatest gifts I've ever known. And now, you're giving me forever. I accept it. All of it." The twins step forward, each holding a ring. Lucas, "Here, Dad." Landon, "Don't drop it." Laughter rolls through the guests. Then the minister declared, "By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride." Ty lifts her veil with trembling hands and kisses her like it's the first time all over again. Fireworks explode over the ocean. The guests erupt in applause. Lucas and Landon jump into their parents' arms as confetti rains from the sky. This wasn't just a wedding. It was a revolution, a declaration. That love, true love, isn't fragile. It's fierce. It survives shame, distance, betrayal, and even silence. And in the end, it wins. Always. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, share the video with a friend, and turn on your notification bell so you never miss a video. And remember, love is free. See you next time.